But now the cherry on the top is the winner of Scuderia Hanseat gets a free.
Hi and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to lovely, cold, rainy Nürburgring. Today the episode will be on English, and the reason why is because I've got Nico Bastian from the Scuderia Hanseat taking us through the changes that they've done in their training course from the older version until the new one that is coming up now in May and onwards. So stay tuned and see what Nico has to say. All right, well, thank you, Nico. Thank you for stopping by. So today you're here because you are representative of Scuderia Hanseat, which is the training course that I think I've been on it 6 times or so, but as a coach, not really driving, but sitting in the cars. So maybe you can say a few words about yourself just before we really get going.
Yeah, so my name is Nico Bastian. In the first place, I'm a racing driver. I was racing many years now for Mercedes-AMG as a factory driver, and before that I did some karting obviously and some little racing series like the Mini Challenge, for example, which I won in 2011. And since a few years I organize also events and I take part in events and as instructor, as a coach, and together now with Rainer Brenger of Brenger Racing. This is now new that we also are in charge a little bit of Scuderia Hanseat, of the driving part, let's say. Not fully, but the driving part definitely is now on Brenger Racing. And with Brenger Racing, it's me who is responsible for the racetrack activity, let's put it that way. That's my main part, but obviously, like I said, representing also the whole Scuderia Hanseat now a little bit to publish what is new, because what we call it, or we call now Scuderia Hanseat 2.0, because it's a new version, it's an update, and this is how we see the things, and a lot of new things are happening now.
Yeah, so that's obviously the reason why you're here, because all of us, we really know how it used to be, and this goes back, many years. I don't know when the first event was, basically, is it 45 years ago or something like that?
Minimum like 90, 60 something. They started Scuderia Hanseat, and with the coaches on track, coaching the people. There are some movies existing which are super cool to see with very famous names from that time. So it's a long history. Yeah. So if we should, because sorry for my blah blah blah, but we should talk about the biggest differences from the past, from the 1.0 until the 2.0. So with your words, what would that be? Well, to start with the problem we have, or we had, and why also maybe the people behind Scuderia Hanseat came to, in this case, Raini and Brenger Racing, was that the groups were getting smaller and smaller, less and less people were coming for different reasons. Yeah. And we looked at it and we said, okay, like let's see what we have. We have a training which has a big history, which is cool. Scuderia Hanseat is well known. Everyone in this area, and also from the track day community, everyone knows Scuderia Hanseat and the Nordschleife, which is good. But new people were not coming, younger people were not coming. So the people which took part in Scuderia Hanseat, they stayed, more or less, but there was nothing coming. And now also what is outstanding and only Scuderia is doing is a 3-day event, which is good for Danish, Swedish, Norway people, American, because for them it makes sense to arrive once, to have 3 days of driving, so it's efficient. And Germans, they like efficiency, but so you do as well. So this is good, because just to do the whole trip for 1 day of event, it's not super good. And especially when you have then bad weather. So that's why we said, okay, it has to remain a 3-day event. It has to remain also, which is still outstanding, that we combine Nordschleife and the GP track. No one is doing this. So you have the full experience of the GP track and the Nordschleife, not only one. And what we changed is the section training. So this is also, I think, very well known from Scuderia Hanseat, the section training. But also here comes maybe the German efficiency. Now that when you do section training, to break it down, 50% of the day you drive into the wrong direction. And there we said, okay, this is also what we heard, maybe a problem for some younger people, which are thinking the same now, to say, then I do rather like lead and follow me into the racing direction all day long. And this is where we put our targets now. And so we don't do the section training like what was known before, like this. And now we stick to this follow me, how we call it, which is guided driving. So there's an instructor in front with a radio and 5 to 7 people behind him, and we do the training. And I also believe that when you do this right, when you do this properly, it has a very big effect, and maybe a bigger effect than section training, where you go like back and forth and only do maybe 3 laps or 3
to 5
runs in this section with cold tires. You know, when you then turn around, you stop, you stand, and you never get temperature and no rhythm, right? As you can experience as well.
That was the first thing that I thought about. I mean, because it's nice to do the sections, but you lack the you know what we all talk about here, the flow. I mean, then you need to put them together. And we only had a limited time in the past to do the free driving.
Exactly. And this is exactly what I see as well. Especially I was at Schwingkreuz, and when you have a group 8:30 in the morning at 4 degrees, and what do you want to tell them? Line is good, but I will never push them to go faster with cold tires in Schwingkreuz. So the training effect was a bit like blowing away.
True.
And so now with lead and follow, guided driving, follow me, however you want to call it, this consistently going into racing direction, guided by radio, I think there's a bigger effect for everyone actually. For beginners, when you maybe focus just on the first third of the track, for example, but also for experienced drivers like you guys, where you can really like then follow the instructor and see the details during the guided driving.
So how will it work? So let's say that we bring, you know, I used to be in the Danish group, so we were around 20 drivers, or some cars are double, you know, drivers. So how would it work? Because they are on many different levels.
So we will skip. We will stick to the group system. So also this we want to store here the history. The group system is, I think, also which is very cool for Scuderia Hanseat, that you always meet the same drivers, the same colleagues, and that you as a Danish group stay together. And then we will divide this one, let's say, Danish group in 3 subgroups, smaller groups. Like I said, like 5 to 7 maybe, and we put 1 instructor there. So then we do the guided driving with 5 to 7, which stick together, which also works together speed-wise, which have the same experience. So the rookies, 5 to 7, stay together. The winner group, maybe in the Danish group, from the past, remains together. And then we have the fair chance that also speed-wise everyone is happy. But then we can also share, maybe if we have a car to share between a rookie and an experienced driver, they can decide, okay, the first session in the morning, maybe is the rookie doing, in the rookie group. And then in the next follow-me session, the experienced driver is going into his group and doing the lead and follow me there. So this is how we want to do it. And so we are super flexible also here to have everyone happy that he can learn what he needs. The beginner, everything, and also speed-wise, everything a bit slower. And the experienced driver can then also join his group, be happy with his speed, and maybe work on the detail.
I like the thing that you, I like that you want to remain in the groups, because I know a lot of the people, they come for the community.
Absolutely.
You know, to hang out, to see the same guys, girls again.
Absolutely.
And especially in the breaks, hang out or even go out with each other on track. So now there will be a lot of follow me. So, but there will still also, as I understand, be a lot of free driving.
So the drive time is more than in the past. So it's a lot, because also here we save a lot of time not putting the sections with the barriers, with the cones. We don't have to do this now anymore. So we can be faster in changing between follow me and free driving. So you have much more free driving now. You have more driving with follow me into the race direction. So the driving time is huge now. And free driving as well, we see it like this, that then what you have learned during follow me, you can also practice yourself with the same speed or with more speed, depends, then to like fine-tune your driving. And then you go back maybe follow me, and then you see maybe what you have done wrong in the free driving session before and work again on this. So it's always a change between follow me, free driving, follow me, back and forth. And this is how the day is basically organized. In between also, not to skip the section training completely, we have something what we call track inspection. We called it track walk in the first place, and then we got the first phone calls. Fuck, I'm definitely not walking 20 kilometers.
Louis and I did that in the beginning, before it opened.
So this was never the idea that we make our customers walk the full Nordschleife, obviously. But they understood it like this, so, which I understand. So now it's called track inspection. So we go by car, slow, to a place, let's say Forst, and then we go outside, we walk a bit, we see the track, we talk about experience of the coaches, instructors, and also this is, I think, a great learning part where we can just stand there, not only taking pictures, also really to stand at
look at the tarmac differences of if you're on the inside or on the outside, you know, where it's worn and where it's useful still.
And also with more time now, sharing experience, maybe also between the customers, because every customer participant has also an experience on this part maybe, and this is what we want to push as well.
It sounds good. So the start will still be at the GP track, so in the groups as in the past?
Absolutely.
And what about lunchtime? Will that be also in the boxes, as we have done since Corona or something like that?
Yes and no. So it's the same idea. We use the paddock area of the GP track for all the cars. And now, in the past, we had like the different boxes for the different groups. We will now do a full big event area and a big lounge box, let's put it this way, or event box, however you want to call it. So we want to push also the slogan of Scuderia Hanseat, where the drivers meet a lot. So the idea is we had some tables everywhere. It was nice, but now we want to have like lounge area. We want to have a carpet. We want to have music. We want to have a coffee bar, ice cream, crepes, smoothie, whatever. We have a simulator partner with us, so you can also do some simulator driving if you want. We have also partners from Moisbad, from the industry, like Bilstein. They are providing a kind of a platform where you can put your car and do a balance check. So it's a scale actually where you drive the car on top and you can do a quick alignment, let's put it this way, of your car, or check how your car is balanced. We have a partner for race gear. We have also Land Rover in the first place now, blazing cars. We have Mantai there who's supporting the setup. So we want to create something where also, and luckily we have nice weather, people are sitting together, talking, drinking a coffee or a smoothie with a crepe, and also just enjoying the day, ideally in the sun maybe, in the lounge chair. And a little bit like the slogan is also existing, like, but cars and coffee with a track day, you know, and this is our idea, to push this a lot.
Yeah, it sounds really, really good.
And also the community, as you said, it's important for you guys. But also this is the big part of Scuderia Hanseat, and this we didn't forget in all the planning we did. We keep the same coaches, we keep the same instructors, we keep the same team. We want to keep the same customers, which always meets twice a year, and we want to push this even more. But setting new highlights as well, and with the lounge area, I think that will be a big highlight. I
really hope that I will be able to join and then bring my camera and share, obviously, from the Danes, so we can compare, you know, what are their thoughts from the past until now, because I can imagine that, you know, you are probably getting also a lot of questions, why are you changing it? But it makes, you know, in my eyes or ears, it sounds right. It sounds right, and it sounds, you know, it's a daring move. But you have to do it at some point, because, as you said, if you're not bringing in the, you know, the new drivers, I don't know. Have you thought about why that is? Is it because that YouTube is so available right now that you can learn so much from that, or are they more attending the track days? Because I know the track days are like getting fully booked immediately. Yeah. Or what do you think is the reason behind it?
I think the newer generation is really like thinking a little bit my way, to be honest, without offensing the section training, but it's not like price efficient. Yeah. It's cool, it has history. Again, I don't want to be offensing the section training, but I think they're just like really counting on, okay, I pay this amount of money and 50% of the day I'm driving in the wrong direction. Yeah. And with the modern
before, I'm sorry.
But in the modern world now, with the radios, with camera system, with data devices which you can easily put into the car suddenly and do like super high level coaching. Yeah. I think this is more the way to attract younger people, without forgetting the people which are with Scuderia since 20 years now. Because again, I really hope that also the Follow Me makes fun for them and they will enjoy this even more.
So how is it as a coach? Your experience by doing this. So if you are leading the leading car and the guys are following you behind, so how many cars are you able to manage while you're driving? Because obviously not everybody is driving right behind you.
Absolutely. So there will be a maximum 7 cars behind the coach, which is already a lot. Yeah. As you know, Nordschleife you maybe barely see 4 or 5 cars. Yeah. But then we do also a rotation system behind the coach. Okay. So we will always swap positions that everyone gets the chance to be in the slipstream of the coach, right? Yeah. And normally, as you know, when you are a coach, you can look into the mirror, you can give feedback every time live. So you can tell your driver behind you, maybe, you miss every apex. So focus on fueling technique. Yeah. And here again, with the rhythm, what we were talking at the beginning, with the rhythm of driving consistently lap after lap, and or braking points, they are seeing the braking light of the car in front of the coach, so they can also get a feeling for where do I have to brake, do I have to brake, maybe it's just lifting and stuff like this.
Maybe I remember last time when you were at Swedencross, you were one of the very few who used it, but you used an iPad, and I know, at least from the Danish community, there was a lot of positive feedback on that. Maybe it could be an advantage to have a camera, in the leading car facing backwards, like not to promote the Garmin Catalyst, but it's just very easy screen that you bring out, and you can just fast forward in the bottom, and then you could easily point out, to the people visually, this is where you are off, or this is where it's good. But obviously, it takes a lot of time afterwards to do that.
But normally we should have the time when you then maybe decide, okay, I skip a free driving session because I'm driving anyway so much over the 3 days. Then you can take this in the lounge area with your coffee again to look into video on iPad and work on details. But we also established now personal coaching, so you can anyway book a personal coach with you. So also here, if someone is interested really to work on details, he can book a private coach for a full day, for half a day, or only to start with for 2 hours. And also here we want to go the next step with the people which are really like, as you know, all the Scandinavians are so competitive, which is great. And we want to support this with personal coaching.
That I really like, because as I said, in the past, every time I joined, it was as a coach. And people, they approached me and saying, I've been a sports far for 3 years. I mean, I want to come to the next step, and then they win the group, and that's just, it wasn't even full time on the car. It was just a couple of hours here and there, and it actually benefited.
Absolutely.
So there's one guy, he actually owes me to wash all my cars for free. Because that was kind of like, if I win, I'll do it. So.
And talking about the next step, which is I think also a very big highlight, and this is maybe also news everyone should share, because also no one does this so far. When you win Scuderia Hanseat, and the celebration in the last evening is always huge, but now the cherry on the top is the winner of Scuderia Hanseat gets a free drive in RCN,
or in the RCN
GLP, paid by Scuderia, in a race car, in an M240.
Perfect.
and the best young driver as well. So we have now two big winners this way for this seat. So we have the best young driver, so age under 30, everyone under 30 gets one chance for this seat and shares the car with the overall winner. And none of the events out there is providing this as a prize.
Who's providing the car?
For the first race now, so it's Patrick Schneider with Up to Race. It's also not far from here, and he's providing the car. The car will be displayed in the paddock as well, and sponsored by Scuderia Hanseat.
Super.
And this is, I think, also, I hope, again, the cherry on the cake to maybe also here do the next step with coaching, winning Scuderia, doing the first step in the race.
Excellent. Cool. All right. I think we managed to do everything. There's just one more thing that I want to give to you because last time I saw you, unfortunately, Dennis was the only one who. Oh, there's a small sticker on, but Dennis was.
The price I have to pay now.
No, not at all.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it a lot. Hopefully, this will benefit for the future.
Thank you so much, and I hope that the people also from your community taking the risk maybe a little bit to see something new, to do something new with us. But I think it will be worth it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.